Okay, abuzia ba makwa ba sonko so e de ba Ghana Politics Avenue so abuzia yembonra ye nsem Ken Ofori Atta ne USA lawyers no abuzia lawyers yi omo stay back and they are afraid to lose their licenses on Ken Ofori Atta detention eyes for a detention in President Mahama ne lawyer bako aba edinsembi aba betuja afa Ken Ofori Atta ni detention omo a detention no ewo America and as US abontin so a ultra say sa letter a Ghana Ken Ofori Atta ne lawyers a omo Ghana e release ba abontin no sa letter US for ne lawyers omo US no omo to me in release sa letters no all because of say almost true because almost Ken Ofori Atta ni case na enye case a eye bete mom yanko na yanko nkoti ensema lawyer Amaliba and edit to the credit goes to TV3 abuzia on subscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me and kabi Ghana Politics Avenue so medamase
detainees can seek bond money deposits for release or be released on recognizance their own promise to appear, and if the judge orders removal, IC carries it out, though appeals or voluntary departure might be options as well. And those are some other pieces of information that we can put out there. And I mean, we know that sometimes there could be pending proceedings and the person will still be removed and brought into the country. If you remember, not too long ago, the West African nationals who were brought from the United States of America, they were pending cases that they had filed challenging their removal for those countries and trying to get some status that allows them to stay in those countries, but they were brought here to Ghana. Let me start with AB first. I mean, what do you make of all we are learning so far in relation to the former finance minister, Ken Ofori Atta?
So let me say good morning to your viewers. Ken Ofori Atta has lawyers in the US, isn't it?
Yes.
Why didn't the US lawyers issue a statement? Because the US lawyers spoke earlier on when he had contracted them. So it's not as if they shy away from speaking to the public. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can be further than the truth. This letter, the contents of it, is a complete hoax. If you are adjusting your status, don't you apply and stay in your house and the processes are rolled out? Is that an offense in itself for you to be arrested? Because they themselves said that it's a normal thing. Something which is normal is not criminal and you are not arrested. Sometimes these people think that all of us are dumb and we cannot read in between the lines. The American lawyer will not issue a statement like this because he knows what it means to be faithful to the proceedings. And he knows that if he says anything which is contrary to what is happening, he can lose his license. Those lawyers who are here are not privy to what is happening there. So how come that they are issuing statements? The person who is privy and knows the intricacies of what is happening in there are his lawyers in the US. So I want us to treat this letter with the contempt it deserves.
I mean, you're referring to the public notice issued by Menka Premo, Osebonsu, Bruce Catlin and partners.
I am saying
lawyers for Ken Ofori Atta here in Ghana.
In Ghana. I'm saying that the lawyers in the US are placed properly to have issued this statement. And they would have issued it in such a way that would reflect the facts as happening in the US.
You don't accept these facts?
Never.
That's true.
Never.
What's your alternate?
I have told you that.
What's your alternate facts that you
I'll come to it. I'm come to it.
Okay.
I don't come here and say things without giving. You know, I I sat here and it was over there, and said that the Chief Justice has gone through some two prominent Ghanaians to have retirement benefits. I said that, and I said it from a reliable source. Here again, I call into this station and say that Martin Pebu, in less than a few minutes, will be removed, and it did happen. So when I'm talking like these things that I'm talking about, I don't just say it. So I'll give you. So the letter should be treated with the contempt it deserves. Now, I can confirm to you that this is part of the processes leading up to his extradition. And this is the handiwork of our Attorney General. You want me to repeat?
No, I'm hearing you. I
Yes.
know you would explain and justify
Yes.
why you hold that view. So
Yes.
I'm listening closely.
And I can tell you that it is the Attorney General who, in his attempts to get Ofori back here, that made the U.S. authorities to revoke his stay status. To revoke. And I want to underline the word revoke. His licenses. His visa has not expired. You know that?
Yes, we are told.
Manasseh told us that it will be in February.
Yes, February 14.
So anybody who writes a letter saying that it is part of the overstay extension is a hoax. The man's visa or status has been revoked following the Attorney General's handiwork.
I mean, those who are familiar with these processes, they have told us that there are certain categories of visa holders that you'll be given a period not to stay beyond. It could be 6 months. And they said that at a time. So they said that potentially this is what he has gone beyond, for which reason he had applied for the extension. You don't accept that.
And you are arrested for that. And you are arrested for that. You are arrested. You saw the way he was arrested. In the cold weather, look at the security agents. They were properly clothed. And they didn't even allow him to put on a warm jacket in that cold weather.
I mean, I haven't seen.
I've seen pictures. Just tell me that.
I mean, those are. I understand they are AI generated.
Okay, so let them be AI. But the point is that you are not arrested for extending your request to stay.
Okay. So let's get something. So your argument is that the AG is seeking to have his.
Is pressing for his return, and that's part of the extradition processes. So it is a first step, if you want, towards the country, getting him back. And I say that it is not true for anybody to say that Ken Ofori is taking steps to regularize his stay there, and that this is a normal process which has led to his arrest. A normal process does not lead to an arrest. Now, why would Ken Ofori be doing this to himself? Now, where lies his reputation? Because as we speak, his colleagues in the MPP who are facing trial are here walking about freely. Wuntumi, who is facing similar grievous charges, is walking about freely here.
And there are two cases against him.
Yeah, but he's walking about. He's walking about. Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you allow yourself to be arrested in this fashion? As if you went to Agbogulushi Market and stole a fowl and you have been arrested. Why? So he's putting himself in a situation which has a potential or which has even led to undermining his own reputation with the arrest that has happened. Because he could have just come and face the music here, and nobody was going to manhandle him. So, in the coming days, and we say that when the frog dies, that we see its full length. In the coming days, more of these legal processes will roll out. And the Attorney General is clear in his mind. He will do his best. And I'm sure that what he's doing now is beginning to yield dividends. But disregard the letter which says that something is normal in the US, but that same thing has led to your arrest. Disregard it.
As lawyers by training, it will be a very big problem if they put out such falsehood as you are suggesting.
Yeah. So I'm saying that as the days roll by, that's why I use the frog analogy. The truth shall prevail.
Okay.
And then we will now see what will happen to this statement.
Okay.
This statement, if it were a statement which we should rely on, would have come from the US lawyers.
Let me bring in Ebo now. And Ebo, there are those who, say that with what is happening, what matters to them is that he ends up in Ghana, whether by deportation, extradition, whatever word. They just want him here in the country. I think for a while now, you seem to belong to that school of thought. You've always maintained that you should come back into the country.
Yeah, it should come. You see, it will be in the interest of Ofori Atta himself to come. And it will be in the interest of his political party to come and his family. Because, honestly speaking, his refusal to come and face justice and accountability has severely dented the integrity and the image of his party, of his family, and of himself. And so it is important he comes to face the music, as AB put it. You see, the lawyers will talk about the legal aspect of it, and quite frankly, AB's revelation this morning has distorted the equilibrium of my thoughts. Because the things I was trying to say, completely, this new information has changed everything that I planned to say this morning in respect of this issue. But you see, I believe Ofori Atta's issue, yes, you can look at it from legal point of view. You can also look at it from political point of view. And I think it's a big lesson for all of us. It's a big lesson for Parliament. It's a big lesson for his political party. It's a big lesson for appointees, government appointees, and even it's a big lesson for the appointors. Because I said a big lesson for Parliament because I don't think Ofori Atta should have been approved to be a minister. Everything was against him. The Obotan case was there for us to see how he swindled Snates with this Obotan, so-called Obotan investments. It was so clear that the man had some questionable past. Yet Parliament approved him to become a minister. So it's a big lesson for Parliament. And this morning, as I was reflecting some of the things Parliament has done, it also came, this is just, I'm just using this one, as people say, to pass through. How Parliament allowed an impersonator to enter Parliament to be part of a process to pass a bill that became law. And I'm talking about e-levy. I was thinking about the things our Parliament, some of the things our Parliament has done to this country. And I think some of these things, I would say Parliament should bow its head in shame on some of these things, that they allowed Ofori Atta to be approved in spite of the fact that the man had a lot of issues against the state. And in that report, in that Obotan report, it was recommended that he should be prosecuted. He was not prosecuted. He got a new position, finance minister, and the result is what you have before us. refusing to come to your own country to face justice and accountability. So, but you see, and as I said, a lesson for the appointors, Nana Akufo-Addo, let's the truth be told. Is it Akoto say? The late Akoto say?
Yeah,
should have been the finance minister.
Yeah.
Should have been the finance minister after working so hard as a ranking member for finance. He was supposed to be the finance minister. Nitiwul and Co, all of them, because they were all the positions they occupied as ranking members, they became ministers. But because of chop and their filthy deals they wanted to push through, Kenfrato was made a finance minister by force. He was more or less imposed on us. And all of us know. All of us know the kind of results that we have.
I thought you were still in the MPP.
All of us as Ghanaians. Yes. So and I said it's a lesson to appointees because no condition is permanent. Every position that you're occupying, tomorrow you'll not be there. So what kind of footprint are you leaving behind? What kind of handprints are you leaving behind? So that when you are not there, you can boldly stay in your country. You can boldly, walk freely out there as someone who served this country with dignity and integrity. And I think that is a problem we have. And at the party, MPP, I have said this, that so long as Ken remains abroad, MPP must remain in opposition. That not to say that if Ken comes, MPP must come to power. Let me make that clear. But I'm saying that so long as the man remains abroad, MPP must remain in opposition. For me, what has to be said on this issue has been said. What has to be done has been done. Now, we have requested for his extradition. According to AB this morning, what has happened is just part of the process, except that some people have given us some raw deal in terms of misinformation. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I believe it should be made to come. And as I said last week, I think if we don't succeed in bringing him, that would be a source of motivation for others to also follow suit, to also steal, loot, plunder, and run away. But if we succeed, then corruption will not be exportable. Once you go, you can be brought back home. And it will be good for this country in our fight against corruption. So, yes, this is what I would have to say on this issue. I think the lawyers can do more on this.
Let me bring in Mr. Jantua at this point in time. His lawyers have told us a story. AB has his own facts. First of all, how do you reconcile the two? And secondly, what's your own appreciation of what is taking place there? And there's one message that someone sends, and the person asks the question again. He says that, are we being fair to Ofori Atta? And this is the explanation. He says, the man told outgoing incoming chief of staff that he was leaving the country to seek medical treatment. He's asked to show up to be interrogated by investigators. He says he's undergoing treatment. He wants to do it via video conference. The investigator says no, he should come. He says he's still undergoing treatment. Is there any part of us as a society that leans towards the possibility that maybe he's genuinely unwell?
Good morning to our viewers. Good morning to fellow panelists and yourself.
Good morning.
First of all, you know the clip you put on the screen with regards to the conditions of ICA. Can you put that back up? There's one thing in there I wanted to refer to.
The producers will bring that back on the screen shortly.
Okay.
Yes.
So, taking it from where AB left off, his lawyers in Ghana have put out a statement. AB has punched holes in that statement. It would have been good if there was some indication that the lawyers in America are in communication with the lawyers in Ghana. And based on their communications, they can verify the letter they have given to Ghanaians.
That's a good point.
But at the present moment, we don't know that. So definitely, we will punch holes in anything that they bring out. And I'll give you another example. When Ken was asked to come down, what did his lawyers say? They said he wasn't well.
Okay, ebusia we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so lawyer Amaliba and I yetene nka se odisa ensem no tuja ede amaya enye easy kura beda mase samuche pene kokoti sa ensem we ede emaya aha Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell send be any update be ever dropping or once ebe to me aka beda mase.